Hey there, Shamir. What's a gal like you doing in a place like this?
Oh, it's you. What do you want?
Nothing in particular. Just had some time to kill. Thought it'd be nice to chat.
Shouldn't you be off sparring with Catherine?
That sounds nice and all, but I've had my eye on you for a while.
Try anything funny and you'll regret it.
Whoa, take it easy, pal. I didn't mean it like that. I was just thinking the two of us have got a lot in common, yeah?
Nothing comes to mind.
Hey now, let's not be too hasty. Take gambling, for instance. I happen to know you like a little game of chance, and I fancy a wager myself every now and again.
You can't call it gambling if all you do is lose.
Sure, I've probably lost more than I've made, but hey, it's part of the fun, right?
Keep telling yourself that.
What about booze? From what I understand, you're quite the drinker.
But unlike you, I can actually hold my liquor.
Hey, that was one time. Nobody drinks Balthus under the table. Not unless I've lost a bet.
You must lose often. I've seen you stumbling around here quite a bit.
All right, so gambling and booze are out. What about fighting? The battlefield is where we both come alive, yeah?
My fighting style is nothing like yours.
I can't argue with that. I like to get in real close and crack some skulls. Well, you prefer to pick off enemies from a safe distance. But even if our methods are different, the end result is the same. It's kill or be killed out there.
Huh. So you do see how we're different.
Give me some credit, will ya? I might not be the best drinker or gambler, but I am the desirable king of grappling. I can tell you're not looking for your fights to be a bloodbath, unlike yours truly.
Because I don't like dying. I prefer to be the one doing the killing. That's why I use a bow. The only one who bleeds is the enemy. Aren't you forgetting something? After gambling and booze, you're supposed to ask me about women. Though I doubt our tastes are similar.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean? Hey, Shamir! Where are you going? Huh. Wonder what that was about. You know, I don't think I've ever seen you miss.
Balthus, you've been training a lot lately.
I can't have people thinking that all I'm good for is getting drunk and begging for gold, yeah?
The problem will go away if you stop doing those things.
Ha! You sure don't hold back, pal. Your words pierce my heart as sure as if you'd shot them from your bow.
Could have fooled me.
Hey, I was being serious. My heart's got more holes than an old pair of boots. But it only adds to the allure if I don't let that show, yeah?
Oh, I can't argue with that, assuming it's true.
Right? Looks like you're finally starting to see my good side. I gotta say, the compliments have been pretty one-sided up till now. You're tough, skilled, determined, a stellar gambler and drinker, straightforward and humble too. You're so perfect, I don't know what to do with myself.
That's your business. Anyhow, there's not much for me to praise in return. You can't gamble or drink to save your life. You're more pig-headed than determined. And it's impossible to tell fact from fiction where you're concerned. But at least I can count on you on the battlefield. You're a skilled fighter.
Oh, that's it? Skilled? That's harsh.
Would you rather I lie?
Nah, I wouldn't expect that from you anyway. I guess it's true what they say. A person's strengths only matter in the eye of the beholder.
Look at that. I'll have to add occasionally says semi-intelligent things to my evaluation.
Can't you just cut me a break and say I'm smart?
If only it were true.
Oh, come on. Guess it's back to the drawing board. Just you wait. I'm gonna earn your respect.
I'm sure you can do anything you put your mind to. I won't hold my breath, though.
You never ease up, do you? Always gotta get in that parting shot.
Oh, it's Shammy.
Ah, Hapi.
Strange. I didn't take you for the praying type.
Good. I'm not.
Thought so. Then what are you doing here?
Just looking for some peace and quiet. This place seemed like the best option.
Got it. Should I leave you be then?
You're fine. I've had enough silence anyway. You don't strike me as the praying type either. What brings you here?
Same reason as you, I guess. I just wanted some more quiet. But I don't mind if you're here, Shammy.
All right. Mind if I ask you something then?
You just did. Kidding. Go for it.
It just occurred to me, but you used to live in Abyss, right? Under Garreg Mach? Did you ever see a pagan altar or statue down there?
Ah, you mean that big hunk of metal with the giant wings? Yeah, it's pretty hard to miss. Hold on, you know about Abyss? Did you go down there when you were a knight?
No, before that. Have you heard of the Dagda and Bridget War? After my side lost to the Empire, I was stranded in Fodlan. Somehow I wound up in Abyss. Soon after I started living there, I ran into trouble with someone from the church. Fortunately, Rhea noticed me, and I got hired by the Knights of Seiros.
Let me guess. You got into it with Elfie, didn't you?
Elfie. The name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
Interesting. Anyway, sorry. I kind of interrupted you there.
Don't worry about it. So that pagan statue, it's actually of a Dagdan deity.
No kidding. You're from Dagda, right?
Yes. I think it was the god of fate. I always wondered how it ended up there.
No clue. It's probably been there forever. You know, I remember there was this one foreigner who prayed to it all the time. Like, really prayed. She must have been from Dagda too.
Most likely. It will have to remain a mystery for now. Thanks, Hapi. Is there anything you want to ask me?
What? Really? Let's see. Shammy, you gotta try this. It's so good.
What is it? A pastry?
Yep. They were leftovers for once, so I grabbed them. Want one?
Why not? Hand it over.
Pretty good, right?
Not bad.
It's nice to finally find a knight I can just hang out with. Well, former knight.
You never cared much for the Knights of Seiros, did you?
Nope. It's not like I hate them or anything, but there are just a lot of bad memories. All they do is push people around and make excuses.
The same could be said of anyone who's devoted to serving Rhea and the goddess.
Yeah. Except for maybe Al. Though, I guess he isn't a knight anymore either.
Al? You mean Alois? That's because he has a heart of gold. Even so, the Knights had so many rules and regulations. It was a pain. Not that I followed them, but still.
That sounds about right. No one tells Shammy how to live her life. Honestly, I can relate. That's why I ran away from my village when I was a kid. I didn't want to be tied down by their way of thinking, you know? I thought freedom was waiting for me out there. A great big world where I could go anywhere and do anything.
It's out there if you know where to look.
True enough. All kinds of people are definitely doing all sorts of things.
But the harsh reality is, no matter where you go, there's no such thing as true freedom.
You can say that again. I wish someone would have told me that when I was a kid. What's it like in Dagda? Pretty similar to Fodlan?
For the most part, it felt freer in a way. But at the same time, more people doing whatever they want means more conflicts.
So it's a double-edged sword. Free also means free to fight, huh?
I guess. It definitely seemed that way. Maybe too much freedom can be a bad thing. If you're interested, we could visit Dagda someday. I could interpret for you.
I don't know. It depends on how things turn out in Fodlan. If living here gets rough, I'd probably consider it.
Then I guess you have the rest of the war to figure it out. I can help keep you alive on the battlefield, but it's up to you to survive.
Uh-oh. That sounded like a pretty knightly thing to say if you ask me.
Indeed. I will reflect upon my words.
Never thought we'd get the chance to fight side by side again. It was a total surprise, to be honest. But I'm actually pretty happy with how things shook out.
I know.
You're still as cold as ice, you know that? Would it kill you to say you're happy to see me or something?
Sorry to disappoint.
Nah, I actually kinda missed it. Besides, that's just how you are. So, what have you been up to since you left the Knights?
I spent some time in Leicester as a mercenary. Not many people know me there. But you already knew that. You sent for me, didn't you?
You mean back at the battle at Arian Road, right? Actually, the Knights were just throwing my name around to recruit all the mercenaries they could. I had no idea you'd be one of them.
Huh. So it really was just a coincidence. What about you? Still serving as Rhea's sword?
Lady Rhea. I'll let that slide since you're not a Knight of Saros anymore. But to answer your question, yes. No matter who I'm swinging it at, my sword will always belong to her. Honestly, I was surprised to hear you'd slipped away after repaying your debt to Lady Rhea. You didn't even say goodbye. I was furious.
I guess sneaking out was the right call then.
I was running around, shouting that I'd drag you back to Garreg Mach and kill you myself. But then Lady Rhea took me to task. She said it wasn't fair for me to impose the Church's values on someone who wasn't from Fodlan.
Sounds like I owe her another one.
For what? I wasn't really going to kill you.
I'll take your word for it. You know, I fought alongside a lot of people since I left. But you're still the only one I trust to have my back.
So what you're really saying is that you missed me and wish you never left?
You basically said the same yourself, didn't you? But yes, I did miss you. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. For once, I'm glad I was wrong.
Would you look at that? You have changed. And I feel the same. Really. I couldn't ask for a better partner than you. But if you disappear on me again, so help me, I really will hunt you down.
Then the next time I go somewhere, I'll just have to drag you with me. I should call it a day. You sticking around?
Nah, I should finish up too. Thanks, Shamir. I have to work out new unit formations for our next battle.
You're pretty conscientious for a mercenary. That's rare in our profession. Well, sorry to cut and run. Good luck with all that.
No worries, I can handle it. It's my responsibility after all.
Right, well, if you ever need a hand, just let me know.
Really? Thanks. Dependable as always, Shamir. Honestly, you're so mature for your age. You always seem so composed, almost wise, even when we're just chatting.
I wouldn't say wise. Save that for the higher-ups. I just mind my own business. Plenty of mercenaries do the same.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that.
You know, you're pretty easygoing yourself, even by merc standards. Have you been on your own for long? Didn't you belong to a mercenary group at some point?
Yeah, but I bounced around a lot. Let's see, the company I was with the longest was... probably Burling's Mercenaries, the last one I joined. But then we clashed with Gerald's band, and I was the only one who survived.
There isn't a mercenary who hasn't lost someone or something along the way. The losing trusted comrades stays with you.
Yeah, Captain Burling, Getz, Lasley. We were a tight-knit group, if a little rough around the edges. I would have been content staying with them till the end.
Maybe your experience is what's made you so pragmatic. It takes real strength to overcome past hardships and move on. That's what I think, anyway.
You know, you seem way more pragmatic than me. I wonder what made you that way.
You should know not to pry into a mercenary's past. But if the right moment comes, maybe I'll tell you about it.
That's hilarious! Who knew there could be a merc like that?
Yeah, he'd say it with a completely straight face, too. I take my pay in apples. This guy would storm onto the battlefield lugging around a sack full of apples. Truly one of the strangest things I've ever seen.
I guess you could say he was hungry for battle. Wish I could have seen that myself.
He was probably the best smelling guy out there. I'll give him that. That reminds me. Remember when you asked about my past?
Yeah, sorry if that was out of line. I shouldn't have pried.
No, it's okay. Actually, I thought I would tell you if you're still interested.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. It's not much of a story anyway. Besides, it's already been 7 years. I used to belong to an organization that was less a group and more like one giant mercenary state. Not the kind of place you go for building bonds of trust and camaraderie. Still, there was one person there who I thought of as a partner. As you can probably guess, he was killed. And that was that.
What? That's it? That's the whole story? Then again, I don't know why I would expect otherwise. But why'd you want to tell me all of a sudden? I thought you hated talking about your past.
I felt a little guilty. You shared your story with me earlier, but I didn't tell you mine. At the time, I wasn't about to go telling some stranger all about my past. But now I think you're at least somewhat trustworthy. So I told you. That's all.
Seriously? Wow. I'm really happy to hear that, especially from you.
Why? Everyone here adores you. I'm sure you hear stuff like that all the time.
All the time? Come on, that's an exaggeration. I've always felt that you were a more distinguished mercenary than me. Earning recognition from a merc I respect is a real honor.
So if you see me as some sort of senior mercenary, I guess that makes me the mentor in this relationship.
I guess.
I see. All this time I've been treating you like an equal, but maybe I should have been taking you under my wing instead.
How would you feel if I took you up on that? Seems like fun.
Yeah, well, you know what else is fun? Any person I mentor has to pay for drinks. All of them.
No way! What kind of deal is that?
Just a joke, sorry. I have no intention of treating you any different.
I should have known. That's why I like you, Shamir.